Here's my plastic card. I'm going to use the sort of soft edge. If you cut it, this is the sort of more rough edge, and sometimes that can scratch the paper. So try and use the sort of more molded, sort of smoother edge. So I'm just going to go into the paint now and sort of tap it like that. There we are. Okay, look at that. Oh, I just love this technique. Now, that's the ultramarine end. So the Rose of Ultramarine. So I'm just going to sort of slide it like that along and just get a little bit more paint. Make sure it's the right way around. That's it. Look at that, how the paint starts to move. And I'm just going to move it back the other way as well, just to see what happens. Look at that. I love it. It doesn't have to be a cityscape either. It could be a landscape. Sometimes I start off wanting to do a cityscape and I end up doing a landscape. So up to you. So I'm just tapping in again, and I'm just going to go along here and just put a little bit more of that paint, maybe just the Rose of Ultramarine here, just a little bit along that horizon there, and maybe a touch here as well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some spritzing. So you can just tilt your paper and just use gravity to get that paint moving. So I'm just going to use a spritzer bottle here and start to spritz some of that paint. You get those lovely autumnal colours, and you can direct it as well. Look at that. So I'm just going to get some of that thick creamy paint diluted. Start tilting, see what happens. Tilting upside down now, and get right close. See how close I am to the paint, just to get it moving, and tilt it. You've got these glorious kind of orange colours. Tilt the other way, lots of tilting there. Just really have fun with it and see what happens. Look at that, so nice. I kind of want to leave that area there nice and light actually. So already I'm starting to compose my picture. I'm going to just do a little bit of tilting here and spritzing, just to allow this to run down and hopefully create the look of reflections maybe. You can tilt back the other way if you want to. Get things going. Look at that, I love it. I love all these sort of lights here, and you can see how the light's been reserved, and I quite like this area here where it's just the light of the sky. So I'm just going to spritz that off a little bit there. Use the back of an old painting if you're worried about using sort of good paper and messing it up. I'm going to go with a smaller card. It's an old bank card here, and I'm just going to go in with just the two colours now, mix them up almost on the painting there, and I'm just going to start putting some buildings in, like using with that green as well, and just vary the heights as well of those. I'm trying out the ultramarine, Rose of Ultramarine with the green. Might get a nice dark there, and you can just sort of pull that down like that for reflections as well here and there. So my little container here, I'm going to mix up some colour. So going to get some of that. This is the Rose of Ultramarine I used, mixed up the other day, so, or squeezed out the other day. So I'm just popping that in there, put some water in there. And I kind of want to make a milky consistency. I'll even put some of the green in because it'll probably make a nice dark colour. So let's try that as well. So popping that in there. Give that a mix, maybe a touch more of the green. So we're going to do a bit of pouring, which is quite nice. So I'm going to test out this colour, see what it's like. A little bit more water in there. Give that a little stir. And I'm going to try that. So if you look here, it's quite shiny, the paper. You can see that. It's a nice sheen on there. So I'm just going to pour some of this paint onto the paper here. Just a trickle. Look at that. Just let it go, run that other side there, just let it run down, tilt, let the gravity grab hold of it and just tilt this way and tilt that way. See what happens. It's what I love about watercolour painting. It'd be quite unpredictable. but it does do some magical things, and you've just got to just go with it. You're almost watching it develop without even touching it with the paintbrush. So I'm just going to really, literally 90 degrees angle here. Let that all run down. Let it go. See what happens. And then back the other way. There we are. That way as well. Just collect any puddles there with the paper towel. And keep tilting. It's actually dried a little bit here, so I want to kind of give that a little spray just to re-wet it so it gets the paint moving. Don't worry about your buildings, we can always add some more there. Remember, this is a semi-abstract, so we're having fun. We're not going to worry too much about it looking perfect. Just going to pick up that puddle there, like that. Lovely. I just love these colours. It's the Aussie red gold that's really lovely, and the green creates those darks there. The rose of ultramarine sort of creates more of a subtle colour there. I'm very tempted to do something more in the sky, maybe just here. So I'm going to mix up some more colour. Why not? It's all about experimenting and seeing what happens. I want to make this quite creamy. If it's too thin, it could create cauliflower. That's when you put a wet wash into a damp or drying wash. It can cause cauliflowers. And I'm going to try that here. So I'm going to pour from here. Ooh, ooh. Let's just give that a little spritz. There. Get some nice colour combinations here, because that's, I put more green in this colour, so it's kind of neutralised the rose of ultramarine. It's made a lovely kind of brown colour. I'm kind of tilting it into that top corner there. See what happens. Just give that a spritz. Sometimes you can spritz your whole painting away. You don't want that to happen. Just keep an eye on puddles. Just let that run down. And use a clean, damp brush to collect those puddles. So I'm going to tilt it this way so it doesn't all look like it's running up into the sky. And then tilt it sideways as well. Keep tilting, make it look more natural. There's quite a lot of wet there, so you're just kind of keeping an eye on things, really. So I'm going to go back in with my lovely colours. I might need a little bit more rose of ultramarine. And just swipe with the side of the card just once and then move on to the next building. Don't keep going back and forth because you could tear your paper. Just varying the size of the building and just sort of swiping a little with the card. So you just get these lots of buildings, and just you can print with the card as well. It's really effective. Just getting a longer bit of card here and just sort of putting these sort of paler buildings in there, maybe a tall one here. So you're really varying the heights. And what I'm going to do is just go back in with my card with a little bit of paint, and you can tap here, just windows, just using the ultramarine. All the colours really just blended together. Look how effective that is. You don't have to be painting for years to actually paint in this way. You could be a complete beginner, and sometimes it can be so freeing up to start painting in this way. I really recommend it, especially if you're a bit fearful of watercolours. So I'm just going to come down here now and just do a little bit of swiping with the card, just to pull out some reflections, just soft reflections in the water, maybe swipe again. A little bit more here. Touch there. Maybe a long one here. What I do like, because I live near the City of London, there's lots of building work and things like that going on. They've got all these cranes, and I quite like a few little cranes here and there. Just creates a bit of interest in the sky. And the other thing you can do is you can just, can you hear that? Just swipe there, just to kind of maybe swipe in the water, just to create a little bit of light to finish off my cityscape scene. So I'm just going to remove the washi tape. Well, I must say I'm really pleased with this painting, with these beautiful autumnal colours. I love that Aussie red gold. It's almost like a bright orange, but when it's dilute, it looks more of a kind of a yellow ochre colour. So you really get a lot out of that colour. And I love the rose of ultramarine as well. It's really subtle, very beautiful. And the green is quite sort of lovely for the dark. So I really am pleased with it. And I definitely am inspired to maybe paint some other autumn colours using these paints. But I will, as I said earlier, give you some colour alternatives in the description below. I'm very tempted to use some of the Dr. Martens Bleedproof white. You can use white watercolour or white gouache or even white acrylic. And it's just really just to add a few highlights. So I'm using a small brush, just dipping it in to the paint. And you can just sort of paint maybe a few little highlights here and there, especially if you maybe have lost your lights. You can put some lights in the windows there. It's really effective. Maybe over here, a couple. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in the water. Here's a good little trick. So you just do that and then just swipe. So smudge your highlight to create the look of a reflection. So just try and get it directly below where you've painted them. A few little dots there. One more. There's 4 of them. And then swipe. And it kind of looks like reflections, which is quite effective. So that's about the same level just here. We'll add a little bit more there. And again, swipe, do some more over here. A couple here. So here. A little bit more here. That's quite nice, isn't it? It just gives a little bit of light in the water here and there. So I really hope you're inspired to have a go at doing something similar using sort of warm autumnal colours. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section below. I just want to give you a sneak peek at some of the tutorials available on my Patreon membership. Let's take a look. So here I have over 180 exclusive tutorials. Just scrolling here, you can see a variety of subjects, different styles, and also different techniques as well. As you can see, there are a variety of subject matters, techniques, etc. I specialise in landscapes, seascapes, and flower painting, and I'm also known to paint abstracts and cityscapes, etc. So there's lots for you to choose from. On many of the videos, you can get access to a downloadable outline sketch for you to keep, and it will help you with your drawing. You will also get access to over 150 watercolour beginner tutorials. And if you want to progress further, I have another tier available on my Patreon membership where you can get access to over 500 tutorials, and over 180 of them are exclusively available on the membership, and they are in-depth step-by-step tutorials. Many of the tutorials have downloadable PDF documents with progress photographs and step-by-step instructions to help you with your learning. Here is an example of one of my PDFs. You've got the finished paintings, a list of materials and colours, etc. And then the step-by-step photographs with instructions to take you through the process of painting the picture, along with the step-by-step video as well. So you can download this, print it and keep it for future use. So I really hope that tempts you to join my membership. Thank you so much for watching. Happy painting. Bye for now.